Hello, welcome to the Everyday Players podcast, Game Week 3. Your host, Matthew Chan, the secret author, Tony Buxton,
Good evening, everyone.
and the birthday boy from the other day, from Monday, Ryan Chan. Happy 25th.
Thank you very much. Good evening,
I didn't
everyone.
even know it was your birthday. Sorry. Happy birthday for the other day.
Oh yeah, just to tell you, I bought you a present now, so it should be on its way. It'll be under my name, but...
Right, sound.
Anyway, how did it go for this week? Start with you, Tony.
Well, I got an alright score again, but I lost by 2 points. It got to the stage where it went to the last game, and I think the only way I could win is if Ramsdale got a red card. So yeah, I'm very disappointed to have lost, but not for trying. I made a couple of good calls too. Brought Mitro in. Rodriguez had a great game. Got the goal like I promised.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, you've got like a half decent score there from. I mean, it's captaincy, isn't it? That's the main issue. Any one of them, Aubameyang, Rodriguez, Mitrovic, would have got you. And you've had Klish on the bench as well.
Yeah.
It's just a nightmare. 9 points.
Yeah, the captain thing's ruined me 2 weeks in a row. I'm going to be a bit more consistent with who I'm picking. Like, I'm keeping the same captain all season now. I think that's the right thing to do anyway, but I'm being a bit hasty, like, trying new things to just fly off that mark. But yeah, I had Fernandes. His yellow card cost the 2 points that I would have had that would have changed the game. But yeah, he was the wrong choice. Even though I thought he played really well, it was the wrong choice. Man United were so bad. So I'm going to have to seriously think about who's going to be my captain and stick with that for the rest of the season.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, a lot of people obviously, play patient and stick with one captain. But you know how it is. We all see like a fixture where we think, oh, they'll definitely score one or two. Easy to get loads of points then. It just doesn't happen. Can I just ask, with captaincy, do you pick quality of player or form?
Quality. I don't believe in form. Betting man, like form never pulls off, does it? Like, I just don't trust it. Anyone can beat anyone. Anyone can have a great game. Anyone can have a bad game. I will be probably picking like Salah and probably leave him it all year. Do you know what I mean? Like, because if someone comes in form and then I switch it, then Salah's just going to score, isn't he? And then I'm going to be like falling out with myself over it. So nah, I'm just going for my best player, and I'm keeping it like that.
Tony,
Ryan,
would you still stick to that philosophy of, say, Salah were playing Liverpool? Sorry, were playing Man City away, and say Aubameyang, you've got Arsenal, and they've got someone like Fulham at home. Would you still stick to that philosophy?
Yeah, but like I say, I just know it can just bite back at you. Like, I know for a fact if I ended up changing it, it will bite me. So I'm going to try and keep my head on. I'm going to try and stick with that, and just hopefully. But you never know. I am known for my drastic changes last second. So we'll see.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, look, we all try and say that we're going to stick to one captain, but we all get tempted to change it. I'm going to have to disagree with you, to be honest, Tony, because I think form is one of the...
That's not from you.
That's one of the most essential things. You can have like a Danny Ings who's going through a purple patch, or Calvert-Lewin who's currently going through a purple patch. And, if they've got decent fixtures, just give them the armband until they stop. I mean, last season I wasn't doing too well. Just give it to Jamie Vardy. I think for, 9 games he just kept scoring. And he managed to get me probably about 80 points in 5 weeks or something, just having him as captain. He was just, every week, he wasn't blanking. Even, like, getting assist was like a bad week for him through that purple patch. But
yeah, that's interesting, but obviously you're wrong. Like, that won't work. I'm sticking with I think you should copy off me if you want to get some points and move up that leaderboard. I don't want to see you suffer, mate. Like, we're friends. I don't want to see you suffer. Just
the league table doesn't lie. I'm like up here. And point-wise as well, 151 off 2
Second
games.
week, plenty of time. I'm on about 200 points and I haven't won yet. I'm not having it.
That is
Got a little
bit.
bit. Yeah,
You what, mate?
got a little bit unlucky.
Very unlucky. Come on, very unlucky. Like loads of things when my opponents were week game just gone. Like Ings' late goal. He had 2 Liverpool defenders. Jorginho missed the penalty. I'm sure it's like the first one he's missed since he was like 3 years old. That would have wiped his defensive points out. Like it was just a series of unfortunate events for me.
Well, he's his team here actually. 2 points. Tight. Like you're saying, a little bit unlucky. You're on 130 odd points so far, but no wins to your name, which that is a good score. So you have been unlucky.
Yeah. You have got a bit unlucky, obviously, with the Danny Ings penalty, which was a bit questionable. Obviously, hit T's arm in the very last minute, which I think a lot of people disagree and think that definitely wasn't a penalty. So all them points has just done you over in the end, really, hasn't it?
Yeah, I'm glad we can all agree that I'm not rubbish. I'm just unlucky. Like, I appreciate that. I'll just stick with the trusty tips, I think.
Yeah.
Forget about T.
Are you not thinking of wildcarding?
Pardon?
Are you not thinking of wildcarding?
I'm more than thinking. I've done it.
Right.
Giving the game away.
Yeah, it's done. Wildcard. Went
hit the
for
button.
variation.
Have you done like a big reshuffle of the full team, or have you just changed a few players?
No, so this small tournament that I done with your brother last year, I went for variation. I've got as many different players from different teams as I could in, and it worked. I finished joint top, so I went for that again. I think I only have Podence and Podence and Saya from the same team in my starting 11, and even on the bench, it's still got a good variety. That's what I'm going for now.
Yeah, to me it looks it does look a strong squad. You've got 3 outfield players there on the bench who, I mean, in the first few game weeks they were flying. They've all done very well. Obviously, a little bit of a punt with Matty Cash, is it?
Yeah, the reason I've got him in is just for the Fulham match. He's not going to be staying long. I've seen that he started the last game against Sheffield United. He played the full game as well. And I remember him at Forest. He can get up and down that wing. He's in just for the Fulham match, so he can get me some points, and he'll be out next week.
Yeah, and have you changed the Aubameyang to De Bruyne, have you?
I have, yeah. I've kept Salah, even though I swore that he was going on the first game week. But yeah, he's staying. Look at him there, captain. Probably going to be captain for most of the season. Yeah, Aubameyang's gone. De Bruyne's vital. He was always part of my plan.
Yeah, I think that's been the most popular transfer this week. I think it's gone from Aubameyang to De Bruyne. Obviously, with Arsenal having a few tricky games coming up, and then De Bruyne getting 13, was it?
Yeah. Getting good Wolves side as well, wasn't it? And
yeah, they look good, Man City. Going forward as they always do.
Pure class, isn't he, De Bruyne? No matter what team, they're playing Leicester this week, and you're even thinking then, should you captain him? He's that good.
Yeah. And I like that pick with Podence as well. I mean, he's got 2 assists so far, doesn't he, Tony? And he makes things off him here.
Yeah, he's actually my pick for the week. Podence, that assist he done on the week, not the weekend, Monday night, was it? Unbelievable. He's playing all the time. He's favoured. Yeah, great. Cheap as chips as well. Cheap as chips.
Yeah. I mean, I did think about him at the start of the season, obviously for 5.5, and I think back end of last season he was scoring goals. He was at least starting every game, and he starts almost as a striker, and because he's classed mid. Oh, definitely, but he's great. I'm quite confident with that. Yeah, hopefully anyway. Yeah. I think he's still 5.5 if I'm honest. Yeah, I think he still is. I'm hoping he can go, but
people are jumping on the bandwagon now, aren't they?
Yeah, the fact that Semedo's came in, and then obviously that might push Adama up to right wing sort of thing. So it could be him and Pedro Neto who could over the one position. But I think he's definitely in prime position. Podence at the minute.
Yeah, definitely. I'm excited. I lost my head with that assist. I couldn't believe it. It was absolutely amazing. But it's not just based on that assist. He's always involved, isn't he? And now that he's always playing, probably
He looked,
like Bruno's favourite player by the looks of it. Like, yeah, he's got himself in there.
Yeah, definitely.
That's good. And then from there, Ryan, so how did it go for you? I'll just show your team. 66 points, was it?
Yeah, so I was pretty pleased with that, to be honest. Obviously, I had Son, he just done me absolute wonders. 4 goals, could have even, potentially got more really. Then at Ings, that last minute penalty sort of just boosted me up points. And then obviously Justin at the back, he done scored, didn't he? So that was good. But yeah, I was a little bit disappointed with the Man United players. I know, because it was maybe first game and stuff like that. You haven't quite found the form, but I'm hoping that the one yesterday in the Carabao Cup, and obviously Greenwood scored, so I'm hoping that'll kickstart his season, to be honest.
Yeah, he'll probably get a chance now that they were so poor. I think he would have got a chance anyway, but he's probably going to be in their next Premier League match now, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he'll start. He's got to start. And
they missed him, didn't they? They missed like having that player just behind the hole. Like it's a bit like the Swan on Sunday when I was on the bench.
You should have been attention seeking at home then with your runny nose, should you?
I know. But yeah, with Bruno, the Man U players, at the start of the year, I had optimism for them, thinking, they're going to do so well. And it's so funny just how one little game, I'm already thinking of getting Bruno out. And it's one game, maybe, surely they can't be that bad. But I thought, unless Man United were going to get a penalty, he didn't look like having any chances. I think he had one chance in the first half, which was a half chance. And it didn't look like he was going to get any assists or anything like that. And what I didn't like was when Van der Beek came on, he then dropped deeper, which, he's not as involved in the game from there. And I think I'm over him. I know it's only 1 week, but he's getting the chance.
Yeah. I think I'm going to stick with it, to be honest. I think if I take him out, I have to like reshuffle my team a bit too much.
Yeah.
I've got rid of Aubameyang. I've changed him for Kevin De Bruyne as well, as most people probably have. I'm going to stick with Fernandes for now. I'm just have a bit of trust in him. I mean, it's only been 1 game at the end of the day, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It could pay off that, Ryan, because most people are going to take him out, I think. And say if he comes into form, you could get like 2 weeks worth of great points out of him before everyone panics to get him back. So it could actually pay off if you keep him. I think most people, 80% of the league, 80% of people who have him in our league will probably get rid.
Yeah, I mean, he's a 4th most transferred out, but it's funny you say that. Obviously, people releasing players and then trying to buy them back. Son for an example. I think, a lot of people got rid of him, and then to score 24 now, obviously his price has gone back up to 9, and he's a second transferred in this week. So I'm quite happy that I hung on to him for just at least an extra game week.
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
That Spurs Southampton game was just madness, because on the Saturday, I mean, I only had Bruno and Souček played, but Bruno was my captain. I took a -4 point hit. I only had 2, and I was looking at my team. I was changing it. I'm like thinking, should I transfer? Should I wildcard and all this? And then suddenly 6 goals for you there, Son and Ings.
Yeah.
So obviously I had the same, Son and Ings, and it just totally changed your outlook on your team. And
I think that was the same for me before that match. I was just thinking, my team's just not clicking. I think I need to change something. And then from that game, getting 35 points between in that game, I was just like, right, this could hopefully kickstart my season a little bit.
Yeah, that's it. And from there, I've got a little bit of a discussion point for you here. So I'm just going to show you one of my teams. This was from last year. Now, look. This was one of my teams last year. Just forget about that little message thing there. But I really lumped on premiums, Man City and Liverpool, thinking, I need 3 City, 3 Liverpool. And if you look at that team there, so, I'll read it out. So I've got Van Dijk, Zinchenko, and then I've got Lundstrom and Dunk, who were on the bench. And then I had Salah, Sterling, De Bruyne, but then it meant the other midfielders I could only get Guendouzi and Dendoncker. Bobby Firmino up top, who's 9.5. And then I had Haller and Barnes, who were like the next strikers. And, Barnes was injured, so he didn't do too well. Haller didn't do too well. But if you're looking at that team, so what do you think? Do you think it's more important to have premium picks or overall squad depth? Because looking at that team, Salah, Sterling, De Bruyne, they always get 200 plus each year. So I thought, if they have them 3, I'll be fine. But, when Liverpool don't click, they might only score 1 goal, 1 game. Same with City. Sterling went off the boil a little bit.
Yeah.
I didn't have the squad depth to pull me up and get me in. And I was getting like 29 points and things like that. It was shocking. I was laughing stock of the league. So do you think it's more important to have premium picks or overall squad depth?
I think I always like a little bit of a balance, to be honest. I don't like to go too top heavy with the premiums. I always think maybe 2 premium picks or something like that, and obviously just decide and pick them 2 and then just think, right, I just won't have the other 2, and then you can potentially swap them over. But I like having plenty of options in my team. I've got like I've got like five players who are goal scorers who can get maybe at least 10 a season sort of thing, and hopefully that on a weekly basis that at least 2 will maybe score. So that's what I usually try and do. I think obviously squad depth. I think I always don't. I think you can have one player who's inactive, so you can, as long as you have a little bit of backup and a little bit of power, a bit of rotation on your bench and stuff like that. I think it's fine, but I don't like going too heavy as well with premium.
Right. So is there 2 that you will just stick with, or do you try and fit as many as possible? Just have weaker midfielders like 5 million, 4.5 million, or do you just stick with 2 premiums in midfield, try and build like a balance round? Or
yeah, usually a bit of a balance. I just spend as least money as I can in defence, and then get maybe 2 premium midfielders, 1 the next sort of level, I don't know, like Son or Willian, Rashford sort of type, and then maybe like another decent player who might get, 8 to 10 goals or something like that, and then try and have 2 decent strikers who will also get, 15 goals a season or something. Yeah, bit of a mix.
Yeah. What about you, Tony?
Yeah, like Ryan said, with like 2 premium picks, like the big dogs, Salah and De Bruyne, or like Salah and Aubameyang, Fernandes and De Bruyne. Like I think 2's enough because you can get pretty good midfielders for quite cheap. Like Rodriguez was 7.5 mil. He's going to be great all season. Porden's 5.5. I've got Willian. He's on the bench at the minute, so that's showing like the squad depth. He's 8 million. Son 9 million. So I don't think you need to actually like overload with all the expensive players. And plus, then you just become too reliant on a few teams, don't you?
Yeah.
Like your team that you showed there with all the City and Liverpool. Like that's a lot of your team going off just 2 Premier League teams. So I prefer the squad depth. Although I haven't always been like that, but I'm trying to be like that now, learning from previous mistakes. And I think it's probably the way. 2 premium picks are about right. I agree with Ryan when he said that.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I'm showing you. So one of my friends, Dave, he was like just toying with his team, and look at that. Like it looks strong, really strong on paper. It's got Aubameyang, Salah, De Bruyne, and Fernandes with Martial up front. But like he was saying, he's then had to go for 4.5 millions. For strikers, so he has to just play that one up front, and then with his defenders as well. Justin Holding, Lewis Shaw, Meslier for Leeds.
Yeah,
not too many. It's not like a.
I think
with clean sheets.
Yeah, I think looking at that, I think if I was obviously playing that team in a head-to-head, I think I would be quite fearful of it, to be honest, because he's got, 5 players there who can score, I don't know, two or more, over 10 points, that sort of thing. And I think that would sort of scare me a bit. But as I say, yeah, it is a bit risky, to be honest. If you've got players off the same team and, I don't know, they struggle or they've got a hard fixture or they play against each other, then obviously it doesn't work out well for you.
Well, that's
That is
it.
an absolute immense midfield, if I'm honest, though. Like, how has he even afforded all that?
Does that give you ideas to copy of that team?
No. I'm just making notes of his team. Like,
you could easily just change it. Maybe Martial for Calvert-Lewin. There's a 1.8 million.
Yeah.
Bamford or something like that. Or,
yeah.
No, you can't quite get more pay, but you could probably get something like that. But it looks very top heavy, but strong in midfield.
Yeah, there's a lot of firepower in there, to be honest.
Even the defence isn't like that weak, if I'm honest. Justin and Lewis, who are probably going to get your assists and points in that. Yeah, he looks like he's actually got a good little team on the go there, if I'm honest.
Yeah. But
he's gone against everything what we've just said. I think we've contradicted ourselves.
Yeah, he's made us change our mind just like that, hasn't he? Christ, get him on, man. Get him on.
That's it. Just as easy as that. You've.
No, I'm praising it. I'm not copying it. I'm giving him a little bit of praise. If he beats me, I tell you what, man. When do I play him anyway?
No idea. You're gonna have to check that. So I've got another question actually for you. Another stat, sorry. It was 5 penalties in game week 1, and there was 9 in game week 2. That's including the 2 that were, retaken at Palace. So that's 14 penalties in 18 games in the 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Are you now looking to prioritise penalty takers? So you got De Bruyne, Fernandes. I mean, I'll give you an example. Last year, I put Luka Milivojevic in my team thinking VAR is going to give loads of penalties. There's going to be loads, and they didn't really get any. But are you now looking at, certain players thinking because they're penalty takers, like is Fernandes more valuable than Sterling, for example?
I think obviously just for them being a penalty take alone doesn't make me think, I'm going to put them in. But it's that little extra bit of it gives them that little extra bit of edge, to be honest. I've got Fernandes, Ings, De Bruyne, so I've got 3 in there, and it is something you have to consider definitely with VAR. There seems to be penners all the time, and it is an extra factor to make you pick them. Yeah.
What do you think, Tony?
I don't know. I don't think it would really sway me. It's not something I've thought about, if I'm honest. I didn't even know that statistic, but I have a couple of penalty takers already in there, like De Bruyne and Salah, but I don't know. No, it wouldn't really sway me to it. No, like I say, it's not something I've thought about, and that is a bit of a high statistic. But nah, it's not worth the transfers or the minuses for me just for that, just based solely on that.
I think it's one of them where some of the premium players do take penalties anyway. If you think Arsenal, will probably be Aubameyang, might be Willian now. Obviously, Bruno Fernandes for Man United. De Bruyne now takes penalties for City after they were having problems last year.
Yeah.
And then, who else we got from there? Vardy, he's another one. He took 2, didn't he, against West Brom?
Yeah, got 2, yeah.
I mean, even with Salah and Mane, it gives Salah an edge, the fact he takes penalties.
Yeah, I think it is. It's something you think about. Obviously, it's not like in the high priority, of list of what you think about, but it is something in the back of your mind which does give them that little bit of extra edge. And you think, as I say, that the fact that there've been so many penalties, you just think, it's a good chance for them to get more chances then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Probably
it.
Matty, would you do it? Would you change over for it? It's a part of your plan.
He's speaking to you.
You?
You?
Matty?
It's you?
Oh, me?
Yeah, that's why I'm talking to you.
I'm always that planned ahead. I'm always that organised that I will pick penalty takers anyway. So I have Bruno. Obviously, look, I'm thinking of taking him out now, and
Yeah.
just how it is really. From there, I think because unless they were going to get a penalty against Palace, they just didn't look that convincing at all. So obviously, I'll show you my team here. And so there it is. So Son and Ings have kind of saved the day for me. Just wrong captain, I think, but 71 points of 67. So we got McCarthy, Robertson, Size, Justin both. Havertz, he had a half. Souček, Son, De Bruyne, and Ings were the star men for me, and Bruno and Werner just getting the two. Obviously, captain double two, but I think I've run out. That's it. I think I've run out of patience with Havertz. I've got him out. I've got a new tactic already.
Really?
Right.
Has his goal not swayed you tonight? Havertz scored, didn't he?
I'd already cut him. Mine was already made up.
That's fair enough. Hopefully it pays off. He doesn't come out like a whippet now with scoring goals.
No.
I feel like upgraded, downgraded. You just sort of stayed the same, like similar price range as your replacement, or you're gonna downgrade to upgrade someone else in a different position.
Downgraded to Rodriguez.
All right, yeah, that's a smart move, to be honest.
Yeah, so he's downgrade by 1. But my tip, who I think will do well, is I'm going to get rid of Bruno next week. I'm going to get Sterling. Sterling's going to be... I think I'm going to double up De Bruyne and Sterling. Like we were saying, Sterling's a differential. 5.5 ownership. He's got... Obviously, after this Leicester game, it'll be Leeds, Arsenal, West Ham. Even Sheffield United away, I don't think they're going to be as strong as...
Nah, they haven't started.
Nah, people have figured them out now, haven't they, I think.
So, that's it. It's going to look stronger, I think, with Sterling rather than Fernandes, just because he's further up the pitch. And I did think with Bruno and De Bruyne, they're like two proper centre midfielders.
Yeah, it's like two playing.
Having like an attacking, and a winger basically, who is basically like a forward. So that's my plan for this week.
Yeah.
And I'll show you. So we're going head-to-head league. He's like a little bit of my thinking here. So this is Danny Cannon's team who I'm playing next week.
Read his players out for us.
And then I've just showed you mine. So he's got Ramsdale, Trent, Robertson, Dallas, Doucouré, Saint-Maximin, Fernandes, Aubameyang, Ings, Werner, Mitrovic. All right, and then so one tactic we like doing anyway, me and Ryan for the last 3 years, the cancelling out game. Cancelling out game is basically when you think you've got a stronger team than someone, you will transfer or you'll get players that are similar that'll neutralise their main threat. So in this case, he's got Bruno, I've got Bruno. He's got Werner and Ings, I've got them too. I've got Robertson, he's got Robertson. So then that leaves Ramsdale, Trent, Dallas, Doucouré, Saint-Maximin, Mitrovic, and Aubameyang. One thing with Aubameyang is, because they're playing Liverpool, I'm not as worried. I mean, he did score against them in the Community Shield, so he still may, score a few. But I feel my team would be stronger. So I've got De Bruyne to match Aubameyang. If I write this down, then I like my matchups basically. So I've got Rodriguez against Doucouré.
Yeah.
I've got Son against Mitrovic. Obviously, we've both got Robertson. Got Size. Obviously, for Dallas, he might get rid of Dallas and he might play Vinagre. So, both got the same Wolves defence there.
Yeah. And
so I'm looking at that team and I'm thinking, you know what, I'm going to be strong. I'm also analysing what captain he's going to go for.
Mm.
And I think the obvious is Werner because they play West Brom.
Yeah.
I've got them. But then sometimes you get... See, if I captain Son and let's say Son scores, I'll get 14 on him. But if I captain Werner and he doesn't captain him, he captains someone else. Let's say if Werner scores, he gets 6. I'll get 12. Obviously, he'll get 6 for him just having it a normal. So it's just basic maths like that. I think I'm going to go for Werner. Just go for the obvious one from there.
Yeah, I think while you're on that, obviously, in head-to-head, I'm usually quite happy when I play against someone. And they've got a captain who I've just got normally, basically. So basically, it's just like they're not playing with a captain. And you don't have that player. I prefer because it doesn't have like the double whammy impact really. Like you sort of, you're not cancelling out, but they're not getting the double points basically for what a captain should be getting.
Yeah, that's it. And I've just been given my tactical masterclass. Like, I feel like Bielsa going through that. But there's secrets there for you, Tony.
So that again, mate. Sorry. The Newcastle thing was just buzzing like mad.
There's some secrets for you there, Tony. Some people like playing differentials. I just like matching it up. I write it all down, write the names next to it. Think, I fancy that. I think my team's better. Enough, mate. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see on the weekend, mate. I could be absolutely wrong. It'll be coming
Probably. That's more than likely. I'm going to give you a little tip just to help you out a bit. I reckon he's going to captain Danny Ings because it looks like they've got an easy fixture on the weekend against Burnley, although I think Burnley will beat them and keep a clean sheet. He's going to take St. Maximin out and bring Podence in. He might even take Mitrovic out, so there's a little bit of advice for you.
Yeah, I'm going to have to disagree with that, mate. No, just, you know what, Burnley away, it's quite hard, isn't it? Turf Moor.
I think 1-0, 2-0 to Burnley. That's what I think this weekend. That's why I got Pope in. Big arms, big saves.
Yeah. Just a little bit of our performance of the week in our league this week, so I'll just, rush through it here. So he's the league table here.
Not sure that, man. At the top.
Pretty viewing, doesn't it? Being second, never been that high before. There's Ryan on mid-table in 11th. Tony just making that last page. And then Andy
get it? Because I bloody know my stuff as well. God.
Been a bit unlucky, to be fair, but our performance of the week, it's got to be this guy. Ryan Ainsley, he wasn't even going to play. He was going to leave it for this year. He was saying he wasn't too bothered, but 90 points isn't bad going. So he's got Bruyne, Calvert-Lewin and Kane, who all scored really heavy.
Yeah, I think Newcastle players in there.
Yeah, the 3 Newcastle players, that's the only thing, isn't it?
He's a Geordie fan, isn't he? Who's been supportive of them.
Yeah. It's one of those that thinks Almiron's good. And one of those that says St. Maximin is better than Traore. He's that type of Geordie fan.
So how are we feeling going into the last game week, the next game week?
Confident. Variation's good. Team's good. I'm going to blitz it this week.
Yeah, pretty confident. I think I was setting my plans, from last week and stuff like that of what I was going to do. So I'm quite confident. I think all my defenders have got home games and things like that. It's always, obviously, with the fixtures. I think my fixtures look okay as well. So, yeah, I'm hoping I do quite well.
Yeah, I'm looking at my fixtures. They look a lot better than last week. I was fearful a little bit, and I've done all right. I've come out through that okay from there. Yeah. So, I've got a clear plan now, I think. Get rid of Bruno, Sterling next week. Yeah. Differential. He'll start banging the goals in.
Yeah.
And that's
it. It's about getting the team set early enough, isn't it? I was quite confident and happy with my team on game week 1. But then there was just so many bad performances. I've just been shuffling for the last 2 weeks. I'm ready for it now. I feel confident with what I've got, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Well, so next week, start of the month, October, we're all going to do our 3 tips for the month. So get thinking. Obviously, we'll do a little bit of a competition from there. We'll count up, points. Obviously, there will be some successes as well. So we've got to give each other a bit of credit. But get thinking anyway for the next week or so. Who's going to be the 3 to tip for? The ones, Tony, that you tipped, So we went, Willian,
Werner and Fraser.
So jury's still out on Werner, I guess, because he did get an assist, and had Jorginho scored, there would have been another one.
He's played so well as well.
Fraser, nah, I don't think it's gonna.
At the end of the day, you can't do well if you're sat on the bench, can you? I'm still confident when he comes off the bench and he gets regular playing time, he'll do well. And he has already got a goal in the cup, but yeah, until he plays, probably not worth getting. Yeah,
well, that's a wrap from us then. So don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. We're on Facebook and Twitter and the Everyday Players FPL. Also on audio as well on Spotify and on Anchor. Goodbye.
Thanks very much. Goodbye. Cheers.
Bye.